Now, folks, maybe I'm getting a little old. I am. We're all getting older. And maybe my mind is starting to wander. But I could have sworn about an hour ago, a little over an hour ago, I could have sworn that I just heard the President of the United States say in his remarks about the economy that the private sector is doing fine. He said the private sector is doing fine. He said the problem is government jobs. That's the jobs we're losing. State, local government, those are the jobs that are impaired. Private sector is doing fine. Now, not even Obama can believe that. And does he really expect us to buy it? Maybe that was meant to be a dirty joke that we don't get. Maybe that was a double entendre, private sector doing fine. There's the transcript. Here it is. What about the Republicans saying that you're blaming the Europeans for the failures of your own policies? Obama. Well, truth of the matter is, as I said, we created 4.3 million jobs over the last 27 months, over 800,000 just this year alone. The private sector's doing fine. Where we're seeing weaknesses in our economy have to do with state and local government. So he's blaming the weakness, Obama is, the weakness in our economy on budget cuts made by state and local governments. Now, how in touch do you have to be to say when the real unemployment rate is over 11%, the private sector is doing just fine? The private sector is doing just fine. Now, maybe he's not senile, but he certainly is obsessive-compulsive. Of course, we could be looking at this from the wrong end, folks. I mean, you've got to be open to all possibilities. Maybe in Obama's mind, the private sector is doing just fine. I mean, there's a story, another story out there today that the number of people on food stamps has doubled under Obama. That, to him, might be the private sector doing just fine. There might be 88 million adults not working, but they are eating. Private sector's doing just fine. He may look at it that way. Maybe that's exactly what he wants. Maybe he wants the private sector doing just fine is a lot of people not working but eating with their cell phones on and their TVs on, depending on government for all of that. Maybe that's what he means by the private sector doing just fine. He wants more people to be made dependent on government, so they'll vote Democrat. Private sector's doing just fine. The number of people on food stamps under Obama has doubled. That equals the private sector doing fine. People are eating. Everything's okay. Private sector's fine. It's state and local government workers who are in trouble. That's what Obama says. Why would he say that? Coming out of Wisconsin. He's trying to tell them he's got their back, even though he didn't. He's trying to tell them, no, it was at his press conference this morning. He said private sector's doing fine. It's state, local government employees. That's where our problem is. Okay, he just got shellacked in Wisconsin. He didn't go in there to help the union. He did not have their backs. Big no-no. So coming out and saying state and local union workers, state and local government workers, he's trying to tell them he's got their back. But they know. They're beginning to doubt that he does.